Okay, it is Monday, September 26th. It is 6:31 p.m. This is a special select board meeting. This is the remote only meeting in accordance to the temporary amendments of the open meeting law. There is not a physical location available. My name is Roger Arnold. I'm joined by Mary Lee and Vice Chair Rob Gear, Aaron Lamperty, and Marcia Calloway. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion for the approval of the agenda?
I move to approve the agenda.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, made by Rob, seconded by Mary. All in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is public participation. Are there members of the public who would like to make a comment? Okay, go ahead, Omar.
Thank you, Omar Tryman, 236 Main Street. So I wanted to share and address the select board that it is disappointing and disturbing that 5 days after the select board went into executive session and then shared a statement of support of the town manager, that you're again meeting in a secret private executive session to discuss the town manager's contract. I believe the citizens of Norwich have gotten next to no information from the select board about how you're handling the crisis that has taken over town government. Throughout the summer, we've gone without sufficient public safety support. Calls are redirected and followed up by one sole police officer. Public works services have been mismanaged, in some cases completely ignored. And we're going into fall and winter with not only no plan, but I think more concerning, no communication, no concrete solutions to the dearth of safety and services that we voted for. The select board should either be transparent about the steps they're taking to oversee the restoration of these town services, or let others attempt to solve the problem. We can only conclude that the board either doesn't care or is just not capable of addressing the most pressing issues that we face today. I know the voters will have an opportunity next March to make it clear who they believe can tackle these challenges. Unfortunately, a long winter stands between now and then. Thank you.
Thank you, Omar. And thank you for stating your name and address. That's usually what we do. So thank you. Manu, you're next.
Manu Desone, 428 Hawk Pine. The town manager's contract and compensation is a matter of public record, and the town manager is paid with our tax dollars. The basis of the select board's decisions when it comes to spending our money should be public, especially with regards to normal operating expenditures, such as personnel costs. The town manager's employment contract states that he's eligible for a merit-based wage adjustment starting on July 9th, 2022. This adjustment is based on a satisfactory performance evaluation. It also states the town manager is eligible for a bonus based on the achievement of mutually agreed upon goals, which were documented in writing according to his employment contract. Has the town manager received a satisfactory evaluation from the select board? And is the board planning to award him a step increase in compensation? And I ask that the board publicly disclose what those goals are and whether the town manager has achieved any of these goals since he was hired. Thank you.
Thank you, Manu. Any other public comments? Mary Gorman, I think you are next.
So I just want to note that Stuart Richard sent a letter to this committee that's been posted regarding the contract for review of the HR issue in town. And it was dated, the contract was dated April 22nd, or the HR proposal. I don't know when it was signed, but there are clear deliverables. And one of the clear deliverables was either a verbal or a written report to respond to, I think, the troubling comments that were in the letter. One bullet that with the change in leadership came a different style of performance management, more hands-on, to correct a general lack of accountability and other personnel issues that hadn't been addressed satisfactorily by the town manager. And it has resulted in comments and complaints about the treatment of staff and leadership, and that people don't feel safe. And I would hate to, just that's what we keep hearing. People are not feeling safe. They're feeling bullied. So I would hope that the select board will provide to the citizens of Norwich a full report about the findings that this has resulted in. Seems like we should have that.
Thank you. Next is, I think Stuart, you were next. Okay, I'm going to move on, Stuart. The next is Demo. Go ahead, Demo.
Yes, Demos Sophonis, 82 Glen Ridge Road. Thank you for giving me time. I wish to state that my remarks were again sort of misrepresented in the draft minutes. This is the second time it's happened. The remark said that Demos Sophonis expressed concern about select board and town's management. That is not what I did. I thanked Officer Ingraham for the job she was doing. I thank the board and the town manager for the difficult job that you are doing in spite of all you're dealing with. I did not express concern about that. Select board and town management, but simply asked if you could answer some questions that the residents have been asking for some time now. And one main item that I did ask for was a public question and answer session as an agenda item. And I'll keep asking that because that is so important, so that we know something about what is going on. I don't question the job you're doing. I just would like for you to share some of that with the community. We're entitled to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Demo. Stuart, I'll call on you again and then go ahead.
Is he muted?
You're muted, sir.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I can't tell you how disappointed and disturbed I am with regard to your unwillingness to have a question and answer session with the public. In addition, your unwillingness to hide documents under the guise that the documents should not be produced because they are, quote, personal documents is misguided and not according to law. Roger, in your response memo published 6/22/22 to questions that were asked, stated that you were answering the questions, quote, to the extent possible within privacy provisions, labor agreements, and HR practices, close quote. So when the question was asked, which employees did HR Happens interview, your lawyer redacted the information in violation of section 317 parentheses C parentheses 7. You did not provide the correspondence between HR Happens and the select board. Why not? When there was a question about where advertising was placed to find new employees, you couldn't find the invoices for advertising, nor the correspondence. Why not? You still have not provided the correspondence related to police protection in Norwich. Why not? You've not provided any correspondence related to the town manager's consultant's work for at least 2 towns. Why not? You haven't answered the request for documents related to recruitment and retention of town employees. Why not? These are just a few of the items you have not responded to. There's plenty more. It's hard to not feel that you are deliberately stonewalling and obfuscating. I again request that you have a special meeting to answer reasonable questions that the public is asking. Since you're unwilling to answer the simple request, notwithstanding that you've been paid what you asked, you leave this member of the public no choice but to compel answers. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Stuart. I think you meant personnel, not personal. I don't think any of us have personal documents. So I just want to be clear for the record. And then also the redactions that you received are redacted. They're exempt under the Public Records Act. So I just want to be clear on that. And then also, and then finally, sir,
You're not
Finally,
correct, Roger.
finally, sir, I want to address that we have another deadline to respond to the Public Records Act request, September 28th. I dispatched that communication, the attorney-client communications to the board. I imagine that every board member will respond by September 28th. This will be our third round of doing so. Okay, so thank you.
You're more than 6 weeks late, so, and in violation of the law.
Okay, thank you, sir. We are following, like, this was we're meeting our deadlines as the conversation had with your attorneys and ours. Okay, we're doing every good faith effort. We are working very hard, okay, to meet the demands of the very large and voluminous and unique and particular public records request. I'm saying all of this for the benefit of the public. We are complying. I see no.
You are not compliant.
Thank you, sir. This is not a back and forth. I'm stating to our community that we are complying.
That's your.
Thank you. Can we, is there any members of the public who would like to make a comment? And then I will move us on to our agenda with thanks. Okay. So thank you everyone for your comments. They're appreciated and will undoubtedly inform the rest of this week's work. Okay. All right. The next item on the agenda it is a two-part motion, I believe, right?
Yes, it is. Shall I move that?
Yes, please.
I move to find that premature general public knowledge would clearly place the public body or a person involved at a substantial disadvantage regarding the terms and conditions of an employment contract.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, made by Mary, seconded by Aaron, I think. I saw the hand. All in favor, please raise your hand. Thank you. I'll roll call. Mary, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Rob, how do you vote?
Yes.
Aaron, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Marcia, how do you vote? Marcia, how do you vote?
You
My
there?
apologies, no.
Okay, and I'm yes. Okay, can we have the second motion?
I move to enter executive session pursuant to 1 VSA section 313A, 313A 1A for the purposes of considering the town manager contract.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Made by Mary, seconded by Rob. I'll roll call. Mary, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Rob,
Yes.
Aaron,
Yes.
Marcia,
No.
I'm a yes. And Marcia, if you don't feel like you're able to enter this executive session based on your vote, then you should feel free not to, if that's something.
Thank you.
you're
I'll
like, you
enter.
don't do. Yeah.
I'll enter.
I assume so. Okay, I'm going to put folks in the waiting room and then we'll enter for our executive session with thanks. Okay, is there a motion to enter public session?
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Made by Mary, seconded by Rob at 7:36. All in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, we're now in public session. We have no public action to take. Is there, next item on the agenda is the adjournment. Can I get a
I
motion?
move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Made by Mary, seconded by Rob. All in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. 7:36 adjourn. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone, for being
Good night.
here.
Night.
Good night.
You.
Amen.